This video is designed to be an introduction to the marketing module in CRM Online by Microsoft Dynamics. When you first click on the marketing module, you'll notice that it's composed of several entities: leads, accounts, contacts, marketing lists, campaigns, products, sales literature, quick campaigns, and something called Internet Lead Capture, which is specific to CRM Online. The scope of this video is not to go through the entire marketing module. This is a simple introduction. There's a few salient, very important elements to the marketing module that must be understood. First of all, the accounts and contacts that are displayed in the marketing module. It's important to understand that these are the same accounts and the same contacts that appear in the sales module, as well as in the service module. Think of these modules here, sales, marketing, and service, even workplace, as being different points of view, different views and ways to look at your data from a certain perspective. So a person who's interested in marketing, what's unique about the marketing module is the concept of campaigns, quick campaigns, and marketing lists. Let's talk about some definitions. The idea of a campaign in Microsoft Dynamics CRM is that it's an endeavor to reach out to your customer base. Now that's a pretty generic and common way of thinking about campaigns. But in Microsoft Dynamics CRM, there's a distinction between campaigns and quick campaigns. The essential difference between a campaign and a quick campaign is the number of channels that you use to reach out to your customers. Put another way, the main difference between quick campaigns and campaigns is that quick campaigns are limited to one method of reaching out to your customers, just one. Whereas campaigns support multiple channels, multiple methods of reaching out to your customers. So let's give an example. A quick campaign is an email blast or a series of phone calls to your customers. A full-blown campaign might be the attendance at a trade show where leads are captured in a punch bowl, and then those leads are then followed up with various activities such as phone calls and emails and perhaps even letters or faxes. So take a quick look at a charity event, let's just say. This is in the sample data. So we have this idea of this campaign that took place. This campaign started out at an event, a charity event. So we record the fact first that the event took place. And you'll see the inherent complexity and also power of using the campaign entity. Of course, there's a name which is required. Campaign codes are actually generated by the system automatically. You can control in your settings the way that these are formatted. There's a reason, proposed, ready to launch, launched, completed. This way you can track the stage at which your campaign is in. What type of campaign is it? It could be advertising, direct marketing, event, co-branding, other. Of course, these are easily customized. If it's relevant, you can assign a certain kind of price list to the campaign. You can record an expected response in percentage. There can be a description of the offer itself, if that's the type of campaign it is, and then you can begin with the scheduling. You can have a proposed begin date, actual beginning date, proposed end date, actual end date, description, and then another important aspect of the campaign entity in CRM is that it helps you record financials, whereas the quick campaign does not. In fact, there are campaign activities. There's planning activities, actual campaign activities, and campaign responses. So the flow of work with a campaign starts out with the creation of the campaign as perhaps an event or an endeavor of some kind, reaching out, and then planning activities. You would create one or more planning activities associated with this specific campaign. Planning activities provide a fairly robust method of determining what it is that you need to do. You may make phone calls to secure a booth at a trade show. You may arrange for vendors. You'll notice that when you create planning activities, they're automatically regarding the event or the campaign itself. They would appear under planning activities. Campaign activities are special. In campaign activities, this is where you get to choose the kinds of activities that typically take place in a normal complex campaign, where you can talk about budget for a particular activity, you can determine the channel, and remember, there can be more than one campaign activity for a campaign. And so if you had emails followed up by phone calls, you would create more than one of these types of activities. And you'll notice that when you save this, you're able to use one or more targeted marketing lists to associate with that campaign. Now, the scope of this video is an introductory video. We're not going to go through the entire process of creating campaign activities, campaign responses. But it's important to understand, at a very high level, the difference between campaigns and quick campaigns. So let's talk for a moment about quick campaigns. Quick campaigns are generally started from lists that you have created either through queries or simply through browsing, or perhaps an actual marketing list. Any of the lead, account, and contact entities can be used to create a quick campaign. Remember, a quick campaign is one type of activity, one channel to reach out to your customers. So, let's say through some effort we have decided that we have zeroed in on these leads. Click Add, Quick Campaign for selected records. Now, this could have been the result of a query, could have been the result of an advanced find based on some criteria. The point is that you're going to create, through a wizard-based interaction, a quick campaign. And there's some language here. You'll be asked to specify the name of the quick campaign, an activity, only one activity, the content of the activity, and we'll just call this quick phone calls. We want to create some phone calls to these leads. We choose the phone call activity, and then here, this is important to understand the assignment of these activities. If we choose phone call, what we can do is we can actually assign these to a team or another user or the owners of the records that are included in the quick campaign. Now, this can be very useful for distributing activities to various people. You can also add the created activities to a specific queue if you're using queues. And then, of course, you can mark email messages to be sent and close corresponding email activities. So here's, if you don't check this, the email activities, if you were to choose email, would actually not be sent. But here we're going to do phone calls. Click Next. We're going to specify the details. So all we really have to do here, and you'll notice that the other items here are blacked out. But basically, all we have to do here is just reach out regarding the new product line. Now there's no reason, and in fact you can't, you'll notice, add phone numbers to these fields because they're going to be used with what is in the lead itself. The owner, you can leave it blank because we decided we're going to distribute it to the people who own these leads. So really, if there's some language to put in here, maybe some notes, maybe a script, a call script and so forth, you would paste it right in here in the description. Might be a good idea to assign a due date, the day that you're going to launch this campaign, or it can be done on the day that it was created. You can click on the control, or you can just type it in. And then it gives you a summary of what it's going to do. You've successfully completed the wizard. Review the information for your campaign. If you want to make any changes, click back. You'll see quick phone calls. Phone call for selected records 6. The owners of the records that are included in the campaign will be the owners of the phone calls. Click Create. Now this happens asynchronously, or as we say, in the background. Phone call activities are being created and they're being assigned. They're being assigned to the owners of these records. What do I mean by that? If you're new to CRM, there's this concept of an owner. The owner, in this case, is Owen Scott. This person, because Owen Scott owns this lead, Yvonne McKay, will find this activity in his workplace. And anyone who clicks on the lead that has permission will be able to find those phone calls as they are created. Now this happens, as I said, asynchronously. So it's important to understand that it doesn't happen within a microsecond. If you have 400 calls to make, it may be a few minutes before they're created. But as you can see, this one was created. The phone number that existed is set, the direction is set, the sender and the recipient, and then it's regarding this quick campaign. Any of the details that you created here, here's the description of the notes, they'll go into each one of these activities. And you'll notice that because I own these leads, if I were to go to my workplace at this point, I now have a number of activities that are assigned to me. And these are the latest ones. One for each of those customers. That's a quick campaign. That campaign could have been an email, could have been any one of the channels that are available to us. If I click on marketing now and I go to quick campaigns, now we'll see that we have one. Now you'll notice that quick campaigns is one of the few modules in CRM Online where you don't click on the icon and then click new. Quick campaigns are designed to be created as the result of searches within the context of other entities, such as those you might reach out to, like contacts, leads, or accounts. So you won't find a big new button here like you will in many others. Quick campaigns can be viewed and managed here. but not created. And you'll notice that when a quick campaign is created, that the general information is grayed out. You can't make any changes here. This campaign has been created. You can look, however, at the phone calls that were created or the emails that were created. You can look at the leads that were selected. You can look at the leads that were excluded. Now, this only applies when you have created a specific marketing list. So don't get confused by that. So, back to what we originally talked about in the marketing module, the difference between campaigns and quick campaigns. Another very important difference, full-blown campaigns, or if you want to call them complex campaigns, can have more than one marketing list. So you could create several targeted marketing lists. You can add as many marketing lists as you need to, as long as they're created first. You'll notice here it says add existing marketing list. By contrast, the quick campaign is only based on one list at a time. And as we said, it could either be a result of a query or a simple view. So we hope that this brief introduction has helped you understand the marketing module, some of the important elements of the marketing module, a little bit better. Thank you.